Hello, glad to meet with you. I'm Jeff Romanczuk. My wife and I provide autism treatment research and analysis. On this tracking since 1995, we don't support vaccines as a cause of autism. The research doesn't support this, and it wasn't true for our son or daughter either. Luke and Kate showed early signs of autism even before any of their vaccines. Of course, we support genetic etiology research, but aren't sold on the autism spectrum being a spectrum at all, which is from where the title of our company and the book that came before it comes from. It's a not so subtle jab at the direction in which the autism prevalence rates are headed. And we do support neurological etiology research, and not merely with our skin in the game, but our brain tissue in the game. We signed to donate our 4 brains to the Autism Tissue Bank. Once we're done using them, of course. We both have information sciences master's degrees, which is basically a license to question how research was conducted. But more than anything, my wife and I are the parents of 2 adults with autism, and this colors our worldview both negatively and positively more than anything else. Our sort of new voice in the autism research arena will have positive impacts, and I'm hoping this will offset our relative newness as consultants on autism. I say relative newness because my wife and I became members of the Autism Society of America back in 1991, shortly after Luke was diagnosed. And we've usually joined the state and regional affiliated chapters since then. We're intending to grow the speaking engagements year to year, with only the money they make to keep them going. Pricing right now is set at $25 per research hour and $100 per presentation hour. And we're already thinking 20% off for repeat clients from the second time they asked for us until forever. We're assuming we're going to get repeat business, and we'll honor these longer term connections by adding this discount on top of the same day discounts advertised if they invite us to talk at 2 sessions in the same day. We plan to start with organizations we're already in for networking. Our church, the American Legion Post in Newton, North Carolina. Many newsletters are already summarizing and analyzing autism research findings. So the intent of Everyone's Autistic is not to be another newsletter source, and not to be another talking head on TV or guest keynote speaker at autism conferences. We intend to be some hybrid of these, a couple who engage with the autism research results directly, but also report on individual investigations and autism trends regularly. We don't want to ever get away from individual and family consultation and relate the body of research to the autistic individual at hand. We also don't want to drift from a focus on adults with autism. Adults with disabilities are always the most underserved population. And among this population, we are targeting even smaller groups. For example, the Autism After 18 organization, church groups, and special education teams at schools, and even families and individuals, as I said. Since we want to target adults, group home or assisted living facility staff would also be likely clients. These are the autism and autism-connected groups that Everyone's Autistic aims to serve. And hopefully we will branch out later after starting locally. Hickory, North Carolina, and Catawba County assisted living facilities, group homes, and maybe school systems first. We're reluctant to say no schools. We do want to focus on the older, underserved population, but school-aged autism is still where the emphasis is. So we may go there, but not advertise there, other than word of mouth. And my wife and I have always remained interested in the transition from school to work for those with autism. What is happening in autism among adults is the road less traveled, probably because the results aren't as rosy. For example, 2002 results from my first foray into the research on the transition from school to work for those with all disabilities. revealed that although 72% of businesses say they want to hire those with disabilities, only 27% ever actually do. My wife and I want to continue to track this and the autism etiology research, hoping that anything that is watched improves.